What's up, everybody? This is MegaRetroMan, and I'm here to talk about my time at the Cowlitz Gaming Expo for Children that happened in Longview, Kelso, Washington, yesterday, April 2nd. This was actually my first time attending the event, so it was, I didn't really know what to expect. Some of the people that regularly go to this event yearly for the last few years, I guess, have always told me, hey, this is a really cool event, you should attend, you should go to this thing. So I was like, hey, I've got free time, why not? So me and a buddy, we went down together and met up with a lot of other regulars and YouTube personalities. Crazy Joe, one of the first people we ran into, Reggie from Cowlitz Gamer and Metal Jesus fame, and Casey, also the Game Nerd, also Metal Jesus fame, and he's got his own channel, Casey the Game Nerd. We ran into them first and just kind of shot the breeze for a little bit until it was time to actually go inside. And when I went inside, it was much bigger than I expected. I thought this was going to be a much smaller event, and well, I was wrong. So this was really, really cool. A lot of the Portland people were there. A lot of the Seattle people were there, running booths and other artists and just anything you could think of at a normal retro gaming expo. Was all there. So I saw a lot of cool things, a lot of games that I would have loved to have, but unfortunately this is lacking, so I had very little to spend. Priorities. Excuse me. So yeah, just got to walk around, check things out. Like I said, I saw a lot of games that I would have loved to have in my hands, but unfortunately, it couldn't happen, not this time around. I got myself involved in a balloon fight competition, which some of you may not know. For those who do, thank you. I was involved in a 11-game NES decathlon competition run by Twin Galaxies, and Balloon Fight was one of the games. So I've spent hours upon hours upon hours just on that game, and I actually took the top score honors on that competition. So this competition was a little bit different. This was not for score. This was each time a player gets a game over, they lose all their lives. The winner gets 1 point. And during the regular play, it's best out of 3. So if you win twice, that's it. You advance. So and you can go through as many levels as it takes to lose your opponent's lives. So it really didn't matter. It was a little bit different. I was actually expecting Balloon Trip, not a 2-player versus, but this amazingly worked out. So it was cool. I ended up making it to the finals, and I actually did end up winning the competition, which I walked away with a lot of prizes, sort of. I'll get to that in a second. But I did end up getting this. This is one of the trophies. You see Fire Mario and Wario with balloons on their back, and on the right here, yeah, Cowlitz Gamers for Kids Expo 2016, first place winner for Balloon Fight Tournament. And by the way, this the NES door does not open, so it's pretty sealed. So So I got this. Along with that, now here's the thing about this balloon fight competition. This was kind of a special balloon fight game. It was actually a hacked version of balloon fight, which I have right here, which was also a part of my winning. It's a Satoru Iwata version of balloon fight. So your character is Satoru Iwata, and your balloons are little Kirbys. So if you guys are familiar with Iwata's work, you're very familiar that he did the work for Kirby. So I ended up getting this. So I think this is great. This was made by my buddy John Riggs of Rigg'd Games, and you'll see him also on Metal Jesus, on Metal Jesus Rocks channel, of course. So and speaking of John, I did a trade with him for what I had a second Donkey Kong competition card repro, and I said, and we made a deal before the expo, and he said, yeah, I'll make you a trade for your Donkey Kong competition cart for this game that I have in my hand. So I played this on emulator. It has never been released in America. I played this while it was in Japanese, and you know, my 15, 16-year-old self, I don't know Japanese, so I couldn't really tell what I was doing. So John made this and had it English translated, and when he said that he had made this, I was like, oh my god, I gotta have this, because I'm a big fan of the movie. This was one of my first animes that I've ever watched, and it kind of holds a special place in my heart. So John made me Akira. So this is kind of from what I played, it's kind of a text-based multiple choice game. I haven't popped this in yet. I will plan on playing this very soon and probably do a video on it. So look out for that. And finally, I managed to get a game that I've been looking for. I let this one slip by once, and I regret it. I wish I had bought it sooner. But I saw it here, and I said, okay, I'm not letting this slip by. I'm walking out of this expo with this game in my hand. And I'm, again, a fan of this series, and very underrated. I wish more people would play this, and, you know, yeah, I just wish people would play this, because it's an awesome series. It's one of my favorites, and that's the Valis series. I'm now just missing Valis 2. I have Valis 3 for Genesis. I have Super Valis 4 for Super Nintendo, and to find this there was just like, oh my god, I need to have this. So I spent the little bit of extra money that I really shouldn't have spent and snagged this game. So going back to the balloon fight competition, my finals opponent was a younger kid, probably a preteen. I'm not really sure. And you know, apparently he'd been doing very well in this tournament. So I mean, clearly he made it to the finals. But the catch is he has never played balloon fight until that competition. And to me, for as big of a turnout that balloon fight competition was, to me that was rather impressive. Balloon fight, I guess it depends. It can be really easy to grasp, and some others may have a harder time with it. So, so we played. He took a life off me. So, you know, good for him. And I, again, as you saw, I did end up winning. So, when he lost his last life, he was pretty discouraged, which, you know, I don't blame him. So, younger guy, never played the game before, and you know, I was so impressed with him making it this far on a game that he had never played before, that part of my winnings that I didn't mention was I also won a full NES setup. You know, the console, the cords, 2 controllers, and a CRT TV. So after the match, you know, I shook his hand, like I always do, and saw that discouraging look on his face, and I said, hey, you know what, hold up. So found out what my prizes were, because I didn't really catch what exactly they were, other than this trophy and the balloon fight game. That's when they added that, oh yeah, we're gonna give away an NES system and all its components and controllers, and the TV over yonder that they were using. So I'm like, oh, all right then. So I went up to the kid and his family and asked them if they had an NES at home, and they said yes. So I'm like, oh well, how would you like to have another? And they were shocked. They were just like, really? Are you sure you don't want it? I'm like, no. I've got plenty at home, and you know, just it's yours. You deserve it. You know, you've never played Balloon Fight ever before now, and you made it to the finals. Second place, they weren't giving anything away for second place. So which I think is, I don't know, I guess it depends on the competition, but considering this was a expo for children, yeah, that I didn't think that was right. So I said, hey, you know what, you can have the NES, you can have everything that comes along with it, and you can have the TV as well. So they were super grateful, and I'm glad I was able to make their day. The mom was very happy, the father totally happy, and I think his younger brother or sister, I didn't catch, a younger sibling. They were all stoked and very psyched to have this thing, and I'm just glad I was able to, you know, help out with them and, you know, put some smiles on their faces. So yeah, even though I won the competition, I could have walked out, but you know what, the kid deserved it. The kid really deserved it. So he walked out with an NES system and a TV. You know, those TVs are great for, you know, the older retro consoles. So yeah, that was my time at the Cowlitz Expo. It was a lot of fun, you know, for considering it was a one-day event. I want to give a shout out to John Hancock, who helps run this expo. John, you did an amazing job. I'm glad I finally met you. Continue to do your thing, man. That was a really cool thing you did, and I hope to come back next year and, you know, enjoy it some more. So thanks for watching, guys. That was my time at Cowlitz Expo and some of the pickups that I bought and earned and whatever. So thank you to John Riggs. You guys can follow him on Rigg'd Games on YouTube. You can find him on Metal Jesus Rocks. Same with Reggie. Same with Casey. Same with you know, Kelsey. You can find all those people on the Metal Jesus Rocks channel. Again, John Hancock, thank you so much. Chuck Van Pelt from out in Portland for selling me Valis. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate it. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with some more videos.